Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we finally have a slightly updated version of my Slay Everyday, which, can I say, thank you so much for all the love on that video. I can't actually believe how many views that got. It's kind of a bit crazy to me, but yeah, I'm really glad that people have enjoyed it. So I decided that it was time to come back and film an updated one. I've called it Flawless Skin, kind of like my go-to makeup look, just because I feel like it is just like flawless and I love it. So there's a lot of new products in this one that didn't feature in the other one. This is now what I do every day. This is my go-to makeup look, as I say. So I really hope you enjoy watching. I haven't done my eyebrows in this one because I did an in-depth eyebrow tutorial which went up last week, which I've linked below, so make sure you check that one out. Yeah, but if you're new to my channel, I hope you enjoy this one because I feel like this one's going to be my favourite one yet. So I really hope you enjoy watching. So before my eyebrows, all this, I used this Hourglass primer. Now, this Hourglass primer is live, it's amazing. However, it is ridiculously expensive, so you don't really need it in your lives. If you want to splurge, I do recommend it, but I know it's really expensive, so I'm using it currently. Not sure if I'll buy it again, just because of the price of it, and it hasn't overly wowed me, but it is very good. So yeah, just saying. So that's the primer I've used. So we are now going to start off with my new favourite thing in the whole entire world. So when I was away in Ibiza, Holly Boone introduced me to this Becca Cosmetics Under Eye Brightening Corrector, and it changed my whole world. My entire world was changed. Really brightens up your face. Like, I was so shocked with how much of a difference it actually made. So using this Real Techniques brush, I'm gonna pop some on it and go to town, basically. So I'm gonna pop this all around my eye area. So the reason I'm starting off with this is because I'm going to put my concealer on top of it. So it basically works as a base and brightens everything else that you're going to put on top. So, as you can see, I've brought it as far down as that, just because I like the coverage of it as well. So, moving on to a new thing that I've been using recently that I'm also obsessed with, which is the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer. So it's like the Radiant Creamy Concealers, but a bit of a thicker coverage, and I'm all for my coverage currently. So using this Spectrum brush, I'm going to pop some on, and it's a really, like, it is a serious concealer, but as I've always said, I love makeup and I love covering my face in it, and I do love a heavy makeup look. Even though it's daytime, I don't even care. I love having that flawless skin, and if you want that flawless skin base, you really just got to go in with all of the products. That's the only way you're going to get it. So I'm going to essentially just go over the Becca Under Eye Brightener, like so. So that's that done. I'm also going to use the same concealer and the brush just to cover things up, like this spot, which is annoying me. A bit on my chin. And I'm also just going to pop a little bit of it between my eyebrows, just to cover up my T-zone area, because everything seems to go on right there. Always seems to go on there. I don't know why. We're going to move on to foundation. Now, don't hate me, guys, because I am no longer a high street foundation kind of gal. I know. I feel sorry for myself as well, because this foundation is live. So it's the Hourglass foundation stick, and it is pricey, but I have honestly never found a foundation that I've been so obsessed with. So I would love to say I'm the sort of person that only uses it on special occasions, but because I'm so obsessed with it, I can't. I just have to use it every day. It's amazing. So I use the colour Golden. So that is what I'm going to put on next. So I'm going to pop it in, as you can see, places here, and not actually go over too much the bits where I've concealed, because I don't want to cover up the concealer too much, because I want to keep, as I say, the brightness of it all. So, got my damp beauty blender. I'm just going to spray it with my Urban Decay De-Slick makeup setting spray, which is my fave. And I'm going to start blending this all into my face. The best thing about this foundation is it's a heavy coverage, but it still manages to stay like super dewy, and like gives you like a really glowy kind of skin look. So, which I think with heavy coverage foundations you sometimes don't get. But this one, that's why this one's so amazing, I think. And make sure, as always, that it's blended everywhere, because we don't want that foundation line. So then when I get to the bit where I've put the under eyebrow, I'm just going to turn my beauty blender kind of round and use the other side of it and blend in this. Now, it's a little bit of a nightmare doing this while I've got my semi-permanent lash extensions on, but we're going to make it work. We're going to do it around. Obviously, ideally, I wouldn't have them on for a makeup tutorial, but my jet set lifestyle currently, guys, means that they are on, but it's fine. I'm going to make it work. So then, obviously, because you've done your eyebrows, just be careful when it comes to blending around them so you don't cover them in product either. This foundation, though, honestly, I get excited every time I put this on. It never, ever, ever stops being exciting. I think Becky can totally agree with that one.
Everyone's got it now.
Everyone's got it. It's the foundation that is just now life. So, because I've got my semi-permanent lashes on, I'm just going to go like this and try and avoid, but obviously for you guys who don't have them on, this will be a lot easier. Cool beans. Right, so once that's all blended, we add on more concealer because, you know, less is definitely not more in this case. So I'm using my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in Custard, and I'm going to go kind of, I'm going to like contour a little bit. So I'm just going to go like this. Help our cheekbones pop, basically, which is why we're doing this. And then blend in. Sounds kind of weird, but when I blend in the side of this, I kind of like leave that almost line in the middle because I want to create that kind of like cut cheekbone look. So don't worry too much if it looks a little bit unblended. And then the last bit of concealer, I promise this is the last bit, is same thing, Radiant Creamy Concealer, but this one's in Vanilla. And I'm going to pop this on my forehead so that that's nice and bright. So once you've blended in your base makeup, I'm going to essentially bake just the bottom half of my face because I'm not overly keen on a seriously powdered look, especially for this kind of daytime flawless skin look. I feel like it helps to keep it a little bit wet look and dewy. So, remember the bit I was talking about here where we're going to create the illusion of better cheekbones? That's the bit I'm going to bake. So using this Spectrum brush, because I like the shape of it, I feel like it fits nicely along my face, and the Laura Mercier translucent powder, which is my favourite powder, I'm going to pack it on really heavy onto the brush and then pack it onto my face. And the reason I'm doing this now is because it gives it time to bake while I do my highlight and other contouring bits and things. And then I'm also just going to set my chin. So while that is baking and doing its thing, I'm going to go on to nose contour. Now I don't actually use cream contour that much anymore, but I will always, doesn't matter what I'm doing, I'm always going to contour my nose. It's just something I can't not do. So still using the all-time fave LA Girl Pro Concealer in Beautiful Bronze. So I'm just going to use the end of this to do it. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of product on the end of the brush. I always put it on the kind of like my hand just to pat it off, so there's not too much product on there. I'm covered in powder. And then just gonna draw it on my nose. So then once you've got the contour product on your nose, I like to use this angled brush from Spectrum and basically kind of like blend it downwards. So you start the blending process before I come in with my beauty blender. I feel like doing this kind of helps to stop any like unblending going on, do you know what I mean? So don't leave the house looking dodge, basically. Like so. So that's the kind of in-between stage. Then using the Vanilla Radiant Creamy Concealer colour because it's the brightest one, I'm just going to pop a little bit along the centre of my nose. And then, don't ask me why, but I always just leave it like that while I do my highlight. I might do absolutely nothing, but I feel like it just makes it look better. So, while I currently look like this, I'm going to move on to highlight, which is obviously my favourite part of my entire makeup routine. So, like I've said in one of my highlighting routine videos, I never powder my face where I put the highlight because I just don't think... Oh, I'm being wrong. I'm being wrong.
I don't know who it is.
I don't know. Do we answer a number we don't know?
Got 2 missed calls though.
Oh, sorry about that, guys. Let me see. Let me see. Who are you? I don't know who it is. I'll get back to them in a minute. I'm in the middle of highlighting. This is more important. Yeah, so as I said, I don't like to powder my face when I put my highlights. I just don't think it works. I feel like you end up looking like you've got a cakey bit of highlight on your face. So I don't put any powder over my face before I put highlight. So as always, Topshop Glow Pot and Becca Cosmetics in Champagne Pot is all you need in your life. Literally, those two things and you're set. So popped a little bit of Topshop Glow Pot on the back of my hand, popping on this Spectrum brush, it's just a little small kind of pencil brush, and I'm gonna draw it on basically where I want my highlight. So the Topshop Glow Pot is really what makes this highlight pop, because I feel like because that Becca Cosmetics is a powder product, you need something cream underneath to really make it like stick onto and make it like beam from space basically. So then just using your finger, you're just going to blend it in, and because obviously your foundation is still wet underneath, you can blend it really easily. So that's that, and then using your Becca Cosmetics, and I've got a Spectrum brush here that's kind of like a, it's like a stubby brush. I don't even know the name of it, but I just call it stubby. It looks stubby, so that's what we're calling it. So you're going to pop some product on that and then pack it on. And you know what they say, you can never ever ever ever, don't let anyone tell you different, ever have enough highlight in your life. So just keep going. Oh my gosh, that's it, that's where it's at. That is where it's at. Right, and then the only other place I pop it is on my brow bone. So again, bit of Topshop Glow Pot first. Then using this other pencil brush from Spectrum, I'm just gonna brush that in. And then using this same brush, I'm just gonna pack on the Champagne Pot over the top. Like so. Right, and then I'm just going to do exactly the same thing to the other side. Okay, cool, right. So, now I've done my highlight, I'm going to blend in my nose contour. Right, so, now that is all blended, you're just going to get your beauty blender, make sure that your under eye is all non-creased and blended before we set that, because obviously now we've done the highlight, we can set our under eye makeup. So using the Laura Mercier translucent powder, I'm just going to put some on my brush, tap it off, get rid of any excess product, and just pop it on. So I'm going to obviously avoid the area that I've highlighted, but just powder everything else. Kind of go around it. Sounds really silly, but it definitely works, and I feel like you get a much kind of more pop-in highlight when you don't set it with powder. Just brush off this powder that was going on down here. You also put powder on your eyelids, which would be much easier when you don't have semi-permanent eyelash extensions on. And then I'm just going to pop a bit of highlight on the end of my nose. So this is Champagne Pot that I'm popping on here, like so. And then, so that's kind of like base makeup. Now we're going to move on to contour and bronzer. So for my contour, I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills contour palette. This one is in light medium, I think, as always. So the two shades that I use are this one and this one. Just kind of mix it together. I'm using this Oeva Luxe Cheek Finish brush, mainly because it's really like compact. All the brush bristles are really close together, so I feel like you get a good amount of product on. But as always, don't go too much in. I'm going to stay further, like, because obviously, as I say, you can add product, you can't take product away, so be careful. One thing I feel like I've learned with powder contour recently is to kind of focus it more in like this middle section of your cheek. I feel like the more you focus it there, the more illusion of a cheekbone you get. I don't know why, it's just something that I've started doing, and I feel like it makes my cheekbones look more prominent than they used to when I kind of just used to focus it all on the outside. And then I'm just going to pop it on my forehead and along the jawline. So you can see this side looks so much better than this side. So then we're going to do the exact same thing to the other side. So now I've contoured both sides of my face. I'm just going to warm it up a little bit more with some Hoola bronzer. I also feel like this kind of helps to blend the contour and the highlighter like together. So now we've bronzed, we're going to blush. I'm not normally a blush person, but I feel like I've become a blush person, so it's happening. So I'm going to use this Rocketeur one from Benefit. It's a really nice colour and it smells amazing. So that's what we're going to use, and I'm using this Spectrum angled blush brush. It's going to pop some on, because I don't know why, but I never used to be a blush fan, but I feel like using blush makes your contour look like it stands out more, so I'm embracing it. I'm embracing the blush. Right, so that is basically my face done. With eyes, for like my daytime kind of look, I stick to literally bronzer in my crease. So I'm just going to use not that, I don't know why I'm showing you that because that's not it. I'm going to use this, that's what I'm going to use, Hoola. Just pop it on this little brush, which is a Morphe E28 brush. And I'm just going to very kind of casually just fill in my crease with my bronzer. I feel like it's a nice way to finish makeup, and I know that like a lot of you guys ask me like, oh, what eyeshadow are you wearing? And it's always just bronzer. So I feel like it is nice, it gives it a nice look without kind of looking like you've tried too hard. I focus most of the product in the outer corner and then bring it inwards. And then the best thing about being bronzer is you can kind of join your nose contour just lightly, kind of like go like that, and it kind of finishes it off quite nicely, I think. So then I'm going to do exactly the same thing to the other eye. Obviously you can pop a mascara and eyeliner, all that kind of stuff. Because I've got semi-permanents on at the moment, I'm not going to do any of that. I'm just going to put some mascara on my bottom lashes, and then we're going to move on to lips. So I have popped on the bronzer on this eye, bottom lash mascara, what am I trying to say here, and also just done a quick inner corner highlight using Becca Cosmetics Champagne Pop, so just popped on the brush. So before I do my lips, I'm just going to set my entire face with my makeup setting spray, Urban Decay one, which is my favourite bit, because this, I feel like makeup setting spray is really overlooked. I feel like a lot of people don't use it, and they're like, how does your makeup stay on all day? I'm like, did you use makeup setting spray? And they're like, no. So, you know, it's called makeup setting spray for a reason. So I feel like if you haven't got any in your life, invest. And this one I do recommend. It's really good. And it also helps to kind of make all the products, because obviously there's a lot of products going on here. It kind of blends it all into one, helps it look a little bit more like skin. So yeah, I'm just going to drench myself in this. Oh, it's so wet. I'm so moist. Becky's favourite word. Right, so now my favourite bit is my lips. Nude combo, Sarah Ashcroft's nude combo coming right at you. As you can see, this little tiny thing. My favourite lip liner at the moment is the Kylie Lip Kit Lip Liner in Exposed. It's so small now that I can't even show you. But yeah, so this is the first of the lip liners. So we're just going to overdraw the hell out of my lips, go in with it, make them look extra big. So once I've lined my lips, I'm also literally going to kind of colour them in with this lip liner as well. So starting on the outer corners, just fill in your lips, but leave your middle of your lip empty. Like so. So you've got that. Basically, so if you want to create the illusion of bigger lips, it's all kind of about like clever colour trickery and all that contouring stuff. So then the next lip liner up is Lip Contour in Frame. So this is kind of like a dark nudie reddy colour, and it's really nice to kind of make your lips look bigger. So I'm popping it in the right at the bottom of my lip here to kind of give the illusion of a shadow, so it makes your bottom lip look bigger. And also just gonna pop it here just to define this a bit more, and I'm just gonna fill in towards the corners, or edges I should say, of my lip. Moving on to colour, I'm going to put in the middle the Anastasia Beverly Hills Liquid Lipstick in Milkshake, and just pop a little tiny weeny bit, just dab it on the bottom and the top, like so, because quite a lot of product comes off, so you don't want to put on too heavy. And then just using my finger, I'm just going to blend it out. So if you like a matte look, you can leave it here. That would do for a matte lipstick. I love this colour combo. But if you want to kind of go for a more lip glossy kind of look, I'm going to use the Butterscotch Anastasia Beverly Hills lip gloss, which is amazing, and pop that over the other one. And as you can see, I'm focusing the product in the middle because it does really like help to make your lips look bigger. I kind of feel like you got less sticky lips when it's just in the middle, because I don't like the feel of lip gloss really. So that is the finished makeup look, guys. As you can see, it's a lot of products, but as I've always said in all my makeup tutorials, I like makeup. So I'm going to put it all on my face, basically. I'm sorry it's taken me so long to film another one, but I really hope that you have enjoyed watching. Make sure to give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe, because I promise you, seeing as we are so close to 100,000 subscribers, I'm going to make sure that there are videos coming all the time. I won't let you down, I promise. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye!